So we're back, wrapping it completely up with Zachary Hughes' verdict, guilty. And I thought they were coming back later to go ahead and set the sentencing date. No, they did the rare thing and they decided to do sentencing tonight, which means if there was anybody in the close proximity of the courthouse, they had to drive there because they were going to be giving victim impact statements. So we're going to go ahead and watch it since we didn't see it. I have it to the part where the first thing's like about to happen, but I also want to say that the gallery is basically empty at this point, except for Zachary's family, which seems to still be sitting in that second row booth. So we'll see if they're still there. I got my pajamas on. I got a cover. I took more cold medicine. I'm feeling so much better right now. Hopefully I'll just get good sleep later. I'm moving myself to the corner. Let me know if you need the audio changed at all. They do have their mics muted right now. I thought I was on the spot, right? Yeah. Okay. We're good. This is it.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will apologize in advance. I didn't expect to actually reach this point today. This is my second victim statement in 24 hours. Yesterday was reliving the two worst days of my life.
That would be Tina, Christina's sister, talking right now.
Between hearing the step-by-step account of my sister's murder, Mr. Mello's 2 new charges, his bond hearing, and my niece being put into emergency protective care again. So I am exhausted and I'm going to do my best to express myself appropriately. So with Your Honor's leniency, just give me a bit of grace. My understanding is this conversation is with you. This isn't with the defendant. This is not with counsel. This is not with the gallery. So this is a conversation with you. And I've had 3 years to try to articulate how this has impacted me, and I still have yet to find the words, and it won't happen tonight either. So I've decided instead to talk about what logically should be taken into consideration for any sentencing, which is remorse, rehabilitation, and recidivism. This defendant sat on that stand with full disregard for the authority of the law when it came to his actions outside of this courtroom, in blatant disregard for the authority of law inside this courtroom. He recounted step by step in excruciating detail everything he did. And if I may paraphrase the defense counsel's closing statement, did he cry? Did he shake? Did he look visibly distressed? He said the word repulsed, but did he once look repulsed? He said the word vomited. Did he ever once look nauseated as he described dragging my sister through my living room cold doesn't begin to describe the lack of emotion. And if I may be blunt, if we're going to argue somebody has to have malice and hate in their heart to be capable of murder, then one could also argue that anyone medically diagnosed as antisocial personality disorder is therefore not capable of committing murder. I think that is a logical fallacy, is asinine, and the fact that I'm tired, I will no longer go down that, but there has been no remorse once shown by this defendant in this courtroom. Without remorse, you cannot have rehabilitation. Rehabilitation requires acknowledgement that I have done a wrong, I have a debt to pay, and I can improve to become a better member of society. It begins with remorse. Without remorse, there is no rehabilitation. Without remorse, without rehabilitation, you have recidivism. This man, no, I'm sorry, this defendant wanted to kill someone. He joined the Marines, specifically the infantry. He wanted to kill someone. He was given a target on a silver platter. He was given an address, a date, a time, and he planned it. Because he knew that if he planned it just enough, he would never get caught. He planned it so much that he thought, well, even when I got caught, I got this. I can still get out of this. Without remorse, without rehabilitation, any person that goes through that effort to commit a murder would absolutely do it again to see if they could. You're left with either two options. Either he is a weak, easily manipulated man who would kill anybody that anyone asked him to, or he's not a weak and easily manipulated man. And if that's the case, then he absolutely would do this again to see if he's smart enough this time, to see if he can beat it this time, because he has shown no respect for the law of this courtroom. The only thing that I will say about this situation overall is that all of these men did nothing but use my sister. John Mello used her to create a whole new family when he had a wife and children already. Brad Post used her. This defendant used her. All of them used her for their own twisted personal gratification. He would do it again. Without remorse, without rehabilitation, you will have recidivism. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else from the state? Okay. Defense.
Your Honor, may it please the court, Your Honor's preside over this trial. Your Honor is aware of the evidence that was presented at the trial. Your Honor is also aware of the evidence that was proffered. We do believe that could go to mitigation, so we would ask Your Honor to consider that very carefully. Zach has no prior criminal history, and he stands ready for sentencing. Your Honor, I would ask for Mr. David Hughes, Zach's father, to have the opportunity.
Okay. That was obviously victim impact statement, and there should be, I thought it was actually going to be at the end of that video, but I know that the judge did give the sentencing. I think it's this one.
Zachary David Hughes.
Let me pause just to make sure. It is.
Zachary David Hughes. Indictment 2022 GS 2302194. Indictment for murder You're to be committed to the State Department of Corrections for life. Indictment 2022 GS 23-02194. You're to be committed to the South Carolina Department of Corrections for 5 years. That is to run concurrent. Indictment 2024 GS 23-05425A for burglary first degree to run concurrent is for you to be committed to the South Carolina Department of Corrections for life. The other two indictments, 2024 GS 23-05413 for conspiracy to commit harassment second degree is 30 days time served. Indictment 2024 GS 23-05412, harassment second degree, 30 days time served. You're to be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so they had chopped up this video. And I can't tell who has been on during this whole thing and who hasn't. I have Christina's sister, Tina, gave a victim impact statement. We just watched it, but if there's anybody that wants me to play it again, I will before I actually close out of it. But this is the ending of everything for this now. I really thought we were going to have to wait a month or two and then sentencing would happen. Very rarely do they do what they just did. Leave for a couple hours, come back, victim impact statements, telling him that he's in jail for life, done. That usually doesn't happen like that. But I dig it though, because I think this trial just was so frustrating by so many people, especially with how he was when he was on the stand. And so I think I'll be happy to be able to move on from this trial. No problem. And I'm going to be keeping up with John Mello. I believe when he met with the judge before the bond, but he was getting told that he might serve 1 to 5 years, and that seemed off. So I'm gonna make sure that that's true. But then, yeah, we're gonna follow along, and we now know that Tina said she will not miss a single day of him in court, won't miss anything because she wants to see him go down. And I believe her. She's definitely going to do that. She's very angry, as she should be. It's her sister. All right. Oh, and I said to my group earlier, so if you weren't here earlier, I found, I'm 90% positive, I found Zach's adopted sister. And so I wrote her and I asked if she would want to do an interview. So hopefully it's the right person. Pretty positive it is. But then they always have to make the decision if they want to or not. And I will respect her wishes no matter what. But I thought that would be a great one to talk to, because he just trashed his sister on the stand. And it was just really bad. So it might be nice to offer her, you know, some sort of platform where she can use her voice and defend herself and what her truth is. So I will keep you updated. If anything goes on with that, I definitely will tell you guys. Probably write it on like my YouTube community page and let everybody know. Yeah. I really hope she speaks too. If it really is her, I kind of feel like since he put all the blame on her in this murder trial and just wants to talk about how horrible she is, it would be refreshing to hear her side of the story and even maybe find some things out about Zach. A lot of us felt like Zach was kind of off. Weird isn't the right word, but something was really off about him. And kind of like what Tina just said at her victim impact statement, he has shown no emotions, no remorse, nothing. And we didn't get to see too much of his face when they were doing the sentencing, but I'm sure he was just there stoic and not doing anything. It is very odd to me. All right, I'm gonna hop off of here. I may be back up doing a live in a couple more minutes. I have to confirm a few things, and if it's long enough to make a video, I'll come back on. But thank you for watching. Oh, and make sure, I said it earlier, if there's a trial that just started and you really want to watch it and cover it together, tell me in comments or my email somewhere in the About Me section. Email me, because we have to find a new trial. Right now, all we have left is Monica's, and hers will probably take like 3 more weeks or something crazy. But we need to find another one. So I am open to suggestions. I saw a couple that might look good, but I'm going to wait to make a choice until I let everybody say something if they want to, and then we'll go from there. All right. You sure? He acts like, I was getting like a cult, Christian cult crazy thing, because it sounds like his parents raised them to be very like all the time in church, must be as good as possible. And I don't know. So I was getting vibes like that. And also the way that he talked about their daughter, I said the other day, and I had written it all down, he just used really weird words to describe her. And that made me uneasy, because here we are talking about Bradley Post and what he may be or maybe not doing, and the fact that he's in jail and getting sued because of child stuff. So maybe I should just put my energy back over there. But I don't know. Yeah, something about Zach definitely seemed off when he started talking about her. We're going to do the Lori Vallow Daybell. I know it's really just Lori Vallow. But yeah, we are definitely covering that. I'm sure you already know, but she gets to be her own attorney in this one. She wanted to represent herself in the other one. And they said no. Her attorneys said she's not fit to do it. And what we heard with this new trial coming is that her attorney said that, but it wasn't a like mental capacity thing. It was she wanted to tell the story from one way, and they said that would be really damning. You can't do that. And she said, I don't care. And they blocked her by saying that she was not mentally able to. And she couldn't defend herself, couldn't anything. But she is briefly talking about it in these pre-hearings, and I'm excited to see what she has to say and actually do, being the one to have to get up there and convince the jury everything. And especially after she just was found guilty of killing her kids. We're going to see, but we are watching. That is coming. I don't know if you know. Do you know what the start date is? Seeing if it was something I missed. I guess I could always look over here. I wanted to say that it was in the next month, but if somebody has the actual date, let me know. I'm going to look it up anyway, but okay. scheduled for August 1st. Nope, I was wrong. It's not a month away. It's many more months away. It was supposed to be sooner, and they pushed it back, but I didn't realize they came back and pushed it all the way to August. So we have a little while till that happens. So any other ones? But yes, this one, Inquiry Richens, when that starts. I want to watch both of them. All right, I'm going to make sure I have everything up tonight that I wanted to. Like I said, if I don't, I'll be back on probably 5 or 10 minutes just to get one more live and details out with all the different trials that we have been watching. So, all right, thank you for watching.